So here's my 10 practical steps, and it's really just 3 A to J, because it's all around the number 3 of Chaz's. So 3 A to J, here we go. The first one is sign up to these things, if you're not. And it sounds like you already are on some of the big ones, but try some of these social search engines as well. Not only sign up for them, don't just click and browse and look around and try to form opinions. Sign up for them, connect to other people, connect to influence on them, and use them. Use a whole bunch of them. Take a morning and sign up and connect to lots of people on these different networks to get a sense of how they truly work. Don't, with all due respect to advertising agencies, don't leave it to your agencies. You guys have got to do it. Number 2, as I kind of already said number 2, or B, 3B. Consciously build out your networks. Connect to the influencers you know. These can be people you know in your own circles and networks, or they can be customers who you've had great dialogue with before. Connect to them. See what they're tagging. Tap into what they're tagging and saving and talking about. Because Web 2.0 gives you that feed of who's doing what, who's going where, who's thinking about what, who's recommending things. You don't have to search around and look for it. Join the groups and engage with the people, like David did with Intel. Understand opportunities for virality. So the idea that 3,567 answers were given to Bill Gates' question, but then over 1 million other people were sucked in through seeing what their connections had been doing, that's a really big multiple. So play with it, see how it works. Try to get around this concept of virality. Not in the dictionary yet, but I think it will be in a couple of years. Focus on authenticity of the dialogue. I think that Slashdot example that David from Intel showed was brilliant. Be authentic. He said, talk to the customers like you're talking to the guy or the girl over the cube. I think that's great advice. Because here's the thing, there is no place on the web or anywhere else I've ever seen where marketing speak is thrown up on more, and they can smell it a mile away. So don't try to be on brand and on message, just speak like a real person. Here's a question though, and maybe this is actually 3A or number 1, which is ask yourselves, is my company ready for this? You heard the example again of Intel with this, the SVPs calling them saying, take this thing down, what's going on here? You've got to make sure that the company is ready to get around this, harness it. And I've got an idea for that in a minute. Expand beyond test budget. So I should have said that one of the reasons why that Southwest and Microsoft had those good results, it was partly through leveraging virality, it was also through running campaigns. But this wasn't a general banner ad. This is about, hey, there's a dialogue taking place, we'd like your opinion. That's a very different style of advertising campaign. But you need to move beyond test budgets. Go beyond the banner ad, I think, is really just another way of saying what I said. And then think about new measurements for ROI. What's the value if you get 1,000 answers to a question with deep insights? And what's the value from a research perspective? What would you have had to pay for that research? What would you have had to pay for all those other people to read the research results? So think about different ROIs. Try to socialize a different kind of ROI with the people who are signing off on the budgets. And this came up at a Harvard publishing thing that I was at last week. They did an event for a bunch of CMOs as well, over on the East Coast. And many of them were saying, I was teasing them that if they do this by themselves, then their short CMO tenure will get even shorter. The point I want to make with number 10 here is, this needs to be a cross-functional, company-wide effort. You need champions or representatives from multiple departments to go in and learn how to do this, and be paid to do it. And I think that's an important step. Marketing can be the champion of it, but this needs to be a company-wide approach to learning how these networks work, and having that dialogue that David so eloquently described. So those are my tips. Those are my now famous 10 tips for practical steps. Thank you very much.